Eating healthy is a worldwide struggle, and the Philippines is no exception. I asked a question online about fellow Filipinos' ultimate struggles when it comes to healthy eating. And after going through over 90 responses, I identified 6 common factors revolving around our economy, our culture, and ourselves. If you're curious to know what these are, stay with me until the end of this video or skip ahead to whichever section you like, as I provided timestamps in the description below. This video is not to rant or to throw shade at us Filipinos. It's to share a bit about how our culture and economy play a role in our food choices and eating habits, and hopefully to provide some words of encouragement at the end of this video as well. The most glaring factor is price. The general perception is that healthy food costs more than unhealthy. This is true and untrue in different ways. It's true because the most affordable options we have are fast food, processed food and groceries, and convenience store food. Foods that you'd find in specialized health stores, like those that are marketed to be packed with superfood, tend to be on the pricey side. And the prices of fruits and vegetables in the grocery have skyrocketed to the point that they'll really burn a hole in your pocket. Maybe they're cheaper in local markets or in farms that grow them, but many of us don't have easy access to these. So yes, in these contexts, healthy eating can be expensive. But on the other hand, if you look at the protein options, chicken, canned tuna, tofu, eggs, lentils, and beans, these are cheaper than the less healthy protein options like pork and beef. Cooking at home is usually cheaper than dining at a restaurant. Making coffee at home is overall cheaper than spending 160 pesos in a coffee shop every day. I'm actually guilty of doing both. And there are fruits and veggies that are more affordable than others, like bananas, apples, carrots, potatoes, and spinach. So when you strip down your grocery list to just the basic whole foods like the more affordable proteins, fruits, veggies, and carbs, having a simple, healthy diet is actually financially doable for some households. But of course, there are caveats. I can't speak for the entire Philippine population as we have diverse socioeconomic classes and income brackets. But for the mass population, it is unfortunately true that healthy eating takes a backseat to survival eating. But for those who can afford to stock up on the basic healthy ingredients, another issue is that the taste sometimes isn't really that exciting compared to other options. Let's be honest, brown rice isn't as appealing as white rice, especially in the Philippines where white rice is such a staple in households and gatherings. We have the tastiest ulam from sisig to lechon to sinigang to adobo to pares, and they all require white rice to achieve the full effect. So when you look at a plate of tapsilog and beside it a plate of brown rice, chicken breast, and veggies, a lot of Pinoys will probably choose the first plate. I probably would too. Also, when it comes to snacks and desserts, chips and donuts just look more enjoyable than fruits and veggies, at least for some people. Fortunately, there are a lot of recipes online that take really basic, healthy ingredients and transform them into delicious and balanced meals. Taste preferences will always be subjective, so it's really about trying out a variety of food and recipes and deciding on what works for you. But this route of experimentation and preparing food does require a lot of time, effort, and creativity. And if it doesn't come naturally to you, it can be a hassle. A lot of Pinoys live within a productivity and hustle culture where we try to achieve so much with the time that we have. And in this context, convenience is priority. Every day, there are so many decisions to make, responsibilities at work, family life, kids, social life, and everything else, that maintaining a consistently healthy diet can be exhausting to the point that it becomes a major chore. The thought of meal prepping, cooking, and washing dishes regularly on top of other tasks can be overwhelming, let alone other things like reading nutrition labels and food packages, counting calories and macros, or learning about the proper storage and shelf life of fruits and veggies. One mom also pointed out that it gets draining when you prepare a healthy meal and the kids don't eat it. I totally get that. While a dad also said that for the full-time parent with a job who just sneaks in their gym visits, being more prudent in food choices may already be more than enough. Examples are grilled or broiled food versus fried food, or choosing veggies as a side dish. That's actually a really good point. Any effort is better than none with the time and resources that you have. In short, not everyone has the luxury of time, cooking skills, and headspace to prepare healthy and balanced meals on a regular basis. One thing I love about the Philippines is that we have access to a lot of delicious food. Not just Filipino food, but also a lot of other cuisines. Literally anything we crave for can be delivered to us via GrabFood and Foodpanda, especially if you live in the city. There are a lot of new restaurants and food concepts opening left and right all the time. And while this is truly awesome, it does add to the struggle of eating healthy. Of course, we should be able to try a variety of food and be part of Manila's continuously progressing food scene. But constant exposure can become habitual and excessive. So ideally, eating out should be in moderation, since we know that restaurant food tends to be more indulgent than home-cooked meals. We also have a lot of affordable, eat-all-you-can buffets and unlimited rice promos, which activates the mindset na kailangan sulitin para hindi sayang. Meaning, we need to make the most of what we pay for so it won't be a waste. In the Philippines, we have a lot of social gatherings and food is usually at the heart of it. Birthday parties, work events, corporate plannings, inumans or drinking sessions, family reunions. These are not complete without food, especially during the holiday season. Since food is essential in these gatherings, some Filipinos might feel pressured to go along with others and not impose their healthy eating habits, also with the apprehension of being teased for trying to be healthy. On the other hand, we have our older relatives coming up to us during family reunions and commenting on how we put on some weight or asking, "Ba't hindi ka kumakain?" which, I don't know, can be their way of showing affection. All of the factors I mentioned so far are crucial, but like most things in life, these can be controlled up to a certain extent through the mindset. The mindset is actually so important. A lot of the responses revolved around cravings, temptations, guilty pleasures, stress eating, hormonal eating. They talked about how food makes them feel, like having a cold Coke during the hot weather, or the dopamine effect of instant noodles, chips, fried chicken, pizza, and ice cream. Or the comfort from classic Filipino dishes and flavors like sinigang with patis, lechon, sisig, plus 2 to 3 cups of white rice per day. Basically, the struggle of enjoying food so much or relying on food so much that they end up overeating instead of controlling their portions. But when we shape our mindset in a way that opens us up to growth, progress, balance, long-term health, and even self-compassion, this can help us make more mindful choices every day without feeling restricted or stressed. I agree that these are all valid struggles. Even as someone who is passionate about nutrition, I still struggle to keep within a food budget, have the energy or skill set to prepare balanced meals that taste good, and ward off temptations, especially when they're right there in front of me. But for those who think that nutrition is overwhelming or feel like they're not eating healthy, here's all you need to know as a starting point. Number 1. Food is for fuel, nourishment, and enjoyment. Meaning, you need food to get the nutrients from it, but you also have to like the taste. Number 2, you need to know the 3 macronutrients: protein, carbs, and fat. You need to have these every day in your meals. Fiber is also important. This is a special type of complex carb. Number 3, whole food is always better than highly processed food. Number 4, restrictive diets can be depressing and unsustainable. Instead of depriving yourself of the foods that you love, add healthier food to it to bump up the overall nutrient value and make you more satisfied. Number 5, you need to be fully aware of when you're hungry and full so that you know the right portion sizes for you. Eating slowly can help you achieve that. Number 6, eating one slice of cake will not derail your overall health. It's the eating habits that you build over time that will determine whether or not you're eating healthy. Number 7, unless you have specific body or athletic goals, medical conditions, or dietary needs, You don't need to worry about counting calories, tracking macros, or even losing weight. As long as you have a generally balanced diet and lifestyle, then you're already on the right track. Number 8, be kind to yourself. But also remember that a healthy lifestyle requires your desire, some level of effort, and discipline. This can be as simple as adding veggies to your plate or mixing brown rice with white rice every so often. And finally, having a healthy relationship with food means that you have complete control over it and not the other way around. And this is where this video ends. For those who are not from the Philippines, I'd love to know if you share the same healthy eating struggles in your countries or if there are other factors that are unique to your culture. And to my fellow Filipinos, if I missed anything, feel free to drop a comment down below as well. Or share your own strategies for eating healthy on a budget or addressing other struggles. Either way, thanks for watching this video. If you're interested in more nutrition and wellness content, do subscribe to this channel, and I'll see you in the next one.